I'm meeting once again for the program Voice in the Wilderness, live on ZimGospel Masters TV, also live on ZimGospel Masters Radio. My name is Marlvin Ngiza, Ambassador Malova. Always bring you Voice in the Wilderness, a program that we say we do give people with disabilities an opportunity so that they talk about their issues. They talk about issues that concern them in their daily lives, and we also invite all advocates, all representatives, and the whole of the disability constituency to talk about issues that affect the community. In our today's episode of Voice in the Wilderness, we are joined by a guest, a young lady who is doing some action in the community, who is also doing some efforts towards bettering the lives of the disability community. We are pleased to be joined by Yolanda Munyengwa. It's a pleasant day and welcome on ZimGospel Masters.
Thank you, Marvin. How are you doing?
I'm doing very great. So as we are kickstarting our conversation, we know that you are running a lot of initiatives, a lot of programs as a young lady in the disability community. You are also an advocate, doing something to ensure that the rights of people with disabilities are well protected and respected. Give us a brief information about Yolanda. Who is Yolanda?
All right, Yolanda is a young lady with a disability called dwarfism. Yes, she's also an entrepreneur. She's also into advocacy for young persons with disabilities. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right. I just gave her an opportunity to introduce herself because there is a lot that she is doing. All right. The reason why we invited you in our today's episode of Voice in the Wilderness is because we have been attracted by your works, which are the production of petroleum jelly. Now, how did this come about? Shakatanga Seje, production of petroleum jelly.
So you know what, Marvin? Whenever people ask me about this manufacturing of petroleum jelly, somehow I laugh, and they wonder why is this person is laughing. So I'm going to tell you a bit about it. Maybe you might also laugh as well. But anyways, that's fine.
Okay.
So how I started this is, as a young person, I work at a community center in Bari and Stoddard. I don't know if you know that
I know the place.
Alright, that's great. So on there's this other day when the social worker asked me to see if the people who were using the wall. So there were this goal that were doing the program, Simoka projects, for entrepreneurship and training people on doing a self-sustainable business.
Okay.
So I just got there to just write the minutes since they were using our facilities and seeing how they were doing it. By seeing that, I was also taking the notes, I was also taking how are they doing. To my own understanding, they were young people who were under the age of 17 years.
Okay.
Yes, they were below 17 years. That young people that were trained, those were all VCs, orphans and vulnerable children. So these children were being trained on self-sustainability so that donors and stuff. So that one were trained. So I didn't know one were trained. I can also do this. So when I get home, I just got my $10 and then I go in town. But I think I'm raw materials, I'm going to make ingredients up. And then for the first time, I just manufactured 25 bottles with the 10 US. On that particular day. So I got 25 and I'm not going to for sale. Because my mom was like, Yolanda just gets that she's not putting her on me, so or she don't give me, I don't trust you, my daughter, you are just something else. Then I was like, no, Mama, trust me, I can do this, wait and see. So I manufactured my first 25 bottles. So I did not sell these bottles. I was like, no, let me give people who are surrounding me in my community or in my area. Wow. And then I just go door to door, one.
25 houses.
25 houses and shops. So, but the response of where I was supplying, I was like, no, I'm a business lady, so I'm just doing this petroleum jelly manufacturing, so support my business. So by supporting you, are just giving you this for free, of which I didn't have a business. in that time.
You were already in the business.
I was already. So but the response that people were giving me like, oh, it's nice also, it's perfumed. It has got this and this. And I was like, yes, it's so nice. So I was just writing down. So when I finished distributing these 25 bottles, I was like, okay.
It's working.
It's working. So how about if I look for more money and then I buy
and
the raw materials and then now increase my production, then I sell for you. Because I was lying to people that I already into the business and the business I was not even yet registered. So that's how I started my initiative with this. So by just a lady in my community just spotted me and like, your petroleum jelly is so nice. I think I should invite you. There's this business seminar in town that there are some influencers that are taking part and also teaching people about this and that. Can you come and take part? And I was like, I'm ready to go. Then I was just attending the seminar. Then we talked about registering the business and taking the responsible paper since this product is going to the community. So people need something that is registered. So by learning in that business seminar, I managed to register my business, Zimmer Texas clearance, so that I can supply my supermarkets and so forth and so forth.
Amazing.
So that's how my initiative started.
What a nice introduction that you are giving us today in Voice in the Wilderness. I also got motivated because sometimes as young people we then take some opportunities or some platforms for granted, not knowing that we can benefit from those facilities and platforms as well. Now, when did you register your company officially, and what's the name of your company or your brand?
Alright, so I registered this, I think this was last year in October. Yes. After attending that business seminar. So I registered it last year in October. So the name of the company is Buffalo Bullets. So it's broad. I can come up with the different ideas on that under that name because I registered it so that if I want to do butchering, I want to do this and this, it can also fall under that. But Gumdrop was the name of the product. Because it's Gumdrop petroleum jelly. Most of the people, they see the petroleum jelly, they just go with Vaseline, even Colgate, they just said Colgate, but the Colgate and Vaseline, these are the product name of someone.
Okay,
so
I understand.
You get it, right? So it's called Gumdrop petroleum jelly. Vaseline is the name of someone who just thought of giving his company that, I should call my product Vaseline.
Alright, and now let's get into your business. We just want to understand about how are you doing it exactly. Where are you getting the raw materials as a young entrepreneur? And what's the market like? How is the market like? Is the market available? Where else are you supplying? But let's avoid mentioning the names of the shops. Maybe you can just tell us the locations like Marriage, Tubiza, etc.
Yes. So I'm buying my raw materials since I'm still young in town. Yes, I'm town in Makona. Yes. So it's going well since this petroleum jelly. There are so many big companies that we are competing with. I can mention a few like Vaseline already. People already know Vaseline. So when you try to introduce another product like Gumdrop petroleum jelly, be like, it's the same as Vaseline. So what's the difference about it? So it means that we still have big competition around big companies. But besides that, as long as you have commitment and passion about my product, I know that I'm going to reach there because already people in my community are already supporting me with my small brand. And I'm also supplying my small tuck shop in my community. And then some people may come at house like, can I have supply of this 1 pack, 2 packs, because 1 pack contains of 12 bottles of 100 mils. So at least I can my community first, so that if people of my community see that they
Alright. So you already mentioned issues of competition in the industry and in the sector. How are you surviving in the competition? Which strategies are you also using to make sure that your product remains alive?
Alright, by surviving in the competition, I think the issue is about advertising it.
Okay.
Why is it different from
other products?
And also attending my SMEs, my small medium entrepreneurs, so that people get to know your product. So there is another product called Gumdrop. Where can we get it? How can we get it? Something like that. So that's how I'm surviving. And also by putting some other that maybe Vaseline doesn't have. When it's opening zero so that they just have this different.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us about how do you do your work? How is your production like? Do you have some people whom you work with, or it's Yolanda and the brand?
So, when you are starting with this branding, so it's me with my other colleague, my friend. So we are still two, because you already know that if you have your vision, if you don't push your vision individually, no one will come and say like,
absolutely.
I just saw that you have this product, can I come and push you and assist you with it? But you won't push an idea. So if you just don't stand for your product, or if you just don't stand for whatever vision you have, no one will come and do it for you. So when I push it higher, my product is now maybe I would just like how just starting to employ people and doing stuff, you see?
Yeah, that's amazing. So if you do not push your own vision, no one will be able to do it for you. Now we want to understand on issues of production capacity. How many products, how many cases or cartons do you produce either a day, a week, or a month? How is the production capacity?
Alright, since I said I'm still starting, but I can say for a week I produce maybe like 50 cases.
Wow!
Since the product is not yet known in the area middle of business. But for a start, I'm now producing 50 cartons, 12. Because others, like my product that I just made, they have 10 bottles in a case. So me, I added 2 extra so that people will see that, these are so many. And these are few. These are tactics of business.
Good.
Yes.
Alright, so we want to know, before we move on to another phase, could, as a young lady now, you are also an advocate.
Yes.
How now are you using these skills and techniques actually to impact the lives of other young ladies and other young people with disabilities in the community?
Alright, by doing so, sometimes when I attend my sessions or my meetings with like disability networking meetings, we just give each other my advices. Guys, this is trending, this is doing that, let's do business. Because you see that people with a disability are the most marginalized. So we are there to give each other information and the knowledge on how to upkeep themselves and how to sustain themselves, so that they don't depend on anyone or they don't have that donor syndrome. That's what we want to remove from young people with disabilities.
Absolutely amazing, powerful, profound. That's Yolanda coming through today right here on Voice in the Wilderness, unpacking her vision. How did he start this petroleum jelly production? How is she doing the business? I beg your pardon. And of course, how is she using the information, the skills to impact the disability community? For the meantime, let us go for a short break. We'll be right back after this.
ZimGospel Masters publication conducts an online broadcasting and offers advertising slots in their various print publications to interested parties. ZimGospel Masters Radio, spreading the good news.
Welcome back into our second segment of Voice in the Wilderness, live on ZimGospel Masters, in which we are joined by Yolanda Munyengwa, who is also an entrepreneur and a disability advocate in the community. And she has been explaining to us about her business, her projects, and how some of the disability workshops are helping her to advance in some of her works. As we continue the conversation, Yolanda, we need to talk more about these disability workshops, programs. Maybe someone is listening to the program for the first time. He or she may not know about these workshops, these programs and seminars. maybe you can give us more information about why are these particular workshops, seminars important for young ladies and young people with disabilities? Why is it important for them to attend?
Alright, Marlvin. So by attending this, me, I'm a youth advocate. It means that I work with different organizations and different stakeholders. So by attending that, I get invitation from them, so that I also get to mentor other young people with a disability within the organization or within the community. So the importance of attending these seminars and this workshop is that we'll get to meet or to network with other young people with the disabilities who are coming maybe from the different communities, from the rural, from different community setups. And maybe someone, they're being abused, or also they may be suffering from depression, or maybe they just have this self-motivation. So by seeing maybe someone with the same disability standing in front of them and also doing the same that other people who are doing, they get motivated. And also by giving them information that self-love is important, you should also get to engage in these platforms, to participate in community initiatives, so that us as people with a disability, we get to be included, and they see that we are also important. And also by correcting myth and misconception around disability in our different communities. And also when these parents also attend these meetings, they also have people with a disability, because we tend to know that most young people with a disability, they are there in our communities, in our ghettos, but they are locked behind inside the doors. Some people, the parents, they shy away of exposing their children with the disabilities. So maybe if we teach these parents and then we disseminate information on how disability goes and how that, these are also people. They also have their dreams, they also have their goals that they need to achieve besides their abilities. And also people should see a person, not the disability. So that we are talking about terminology when addressing someone with a disability. Because even some people that who attend or who are totally that workshop, they don't even have idea when it comes to disability. Even when they invite some people with a disability, no one has to 60 floor. Or video, you invite people with disability, they have different, we have visually impaired, we have wheelchairs, we have crashes. So how do you tell to invite someone with a disability? Which means that's not disability. We are talking about disability inclusion. So wherever after the meeting or after the session, they need to go back and correct that, okay, on our vision we are saying people with a disability, but our place is not inclusive.
They are not friendly at all.
They are not friendly at all. So how are you dealing with people with a disability? Already you are discriminating them.
There is an issue.
There is an issue.
Yeah. 0714810907, the WhatsApp platform on the publication Voice in the Wilderness, if you're just tuning in. And you already mentioned that you have already embarked self-sustaining projects. As we can also see, you have got branded t-shirts, branded caps. That's really amazing. Now we want to know from you as an advocate, as a young entrepreneur as well. We know when we talk about economic empowerment, we also need to talk about youth empowerment, young women with disabilities empowerment. Right, let's talk about it in detail. What is your desire, or before we get to that, what's your message to representatives? What's your message to organizations and to officials when it comes to issues of empowerment of young ladies and young women with disabilities in the nation?
Alright, so my message, I guess that the first message is that people know that disability does not mean inability. Many people might have the organizations, they might also stand for people with a disability. But by standing, they don't know the challenges that we are really facing. Let them put people with a disability in front. There's a statement that says, nothing for us without us is not for us. So if you say you are for people with a disability, make sure the people with a disability takes the lead and do their own thing. They know how to do it and the way they're doing it and how they're also doing it. If they want to spread information, they'll put it in Braille because they know that we can use Braille. If they want to hold anything or if they want to launch something, they know how to do it in a disability-friendly way.
Amazing.
So whenever I send something for a disability, let the people or let the young persons do their thing. Don't do them for them. And also as young people with a disability, we just say, don't give us the fish. We also want the rods. We want to fish our own fish.
Exactly.
Yes, musati pe fish. Tunataka fish no rods. We want also to face the challenges. But fish is rukunetsa. Zvakazokuita kungopiwa. No, we have our hands, we have our minds.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's really amazing. Yeah, Yolanda, you are educating the community. You are also educating all of us. There is nothing for us without us. Absolutely. 0714810907, the WhatsApp platform, and we are rounding up the conversation. I know that you have got your future plans for the business. You've got a vision. Where do you see yourself to be in the coming years with Yolanda's brand?
So with the Yolanda's brand, I've got so many visionaries ideal. You know, this brand is still coming and also it's new in the market. My vision is to see when I'm supplying bigger markets and also maybe international, like I'm exporting to Zambia, I'm exporting to this. With my commitment and my passion, since I said you push your own thing, you push your own idea. By doing so, I'm sure in the next time when I come back here, we're going to talk a different story.
Amazing. That's really sounding good. As right, I need you to encourage young women about self-sustainable businesses as well and projects. What's your message to the disability community when it comes to those issues?
Yes, as I said earlier, that as young people with the disabilities, let's not have that donor syndrome. Kungomirira kupiwa chete kuti avachazoti wauya vachitipa kana tirege ndigozoenda mustreet ndimboropiwa kana tindibonita sei. Yes, you can go to the street, but kana mari yacho nayopiwa in the street, make use of that man so that you don't go there. Because there are so many challenges in the streets. My abuses, my shouts, bad weather for some who have albinism. So come back or even go to look for a loan if you have a business plan. Draft that something and then to go and do something. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a try. Then that's some let's just come out of the streets. Let's go and hustle, start something.
Amazing.
With the money that yeah, that's my
Thank you
message.
so much. What are your social media handles or contact details, if you're comfortable to share with us, where people can get in touch with you? If you have got some social space handles for your brand, you can also get to share with us.
Alright, so my social handle for advocates and also for business. It's Yolanda Munyengwa.
This also.
TikTok, Facebook, or maybe my WhatsApp number is 0777-580-949, and my email is yolandamunyengwa@gmail.com. yolandamunyengwa49@gmail.com.
All right. That's been fantastic and amazing. Let me take this opportunity to thank Yolanda Munyengwa, who has just joined us in our today's Voice in the Wilderness. And from this conversation, we learned that you need to push your own vision, make use of available facilities, platforms. Make sure that you learn something from the workshops, meetings that are conducted in your communities. And as young people, as young ladies, as people with disabilities, do not rely on someone, on donations, but make sure that you start something for self-sustenance. That has been Voice in the Wilderness live on ZimGospel Masters. My name is Marlvin Ngiza. Until we meet, peace and love be with you. It's a goodbye for now.